Howdy, welcome back to Dion Talk. Recently, I did a video on how my financial success and reaching financial freedom almost specifically happened because I don't have a team and I don't want a team. I want my agents to know they're competing with other agents. I want my lenders to not actually like me when I reach out to them. And I want my contractors to know I'm going to get competing bids on every project, even if they've had the best prices in the past. But that's because it meets my goal. I specifically said it in the video. You need to know what your end goal is because a lot of times a team can make or break you. It's my specific strategy that didn't need a team. So today I have my two friends, Michael Zuber from One Rental at a Time and Matt the Lumberjack Landlord, who do have teams, who talk often about the importance of it. So I want to give them a chance to talk about the most important people in their team in case your goals align more with their goals than mine. Let's start with Matt. Matt, kind of top to bottom, maybe the most important four people on your team.
I'd say most important is my wife, because we all know that your spouse can make it miserable if you're doing this journey and there's constant push and pull. In Dion's case, just a spouse would make his life miserable.
You know, Ashley doesn't watch my channel, right, Matt? You didn't have to start with that.
Exactly. So I would say my wife. I'd say probably our lead maintenance guy, Kenny, makes my life much easier because it's what do I need to work on next and kind of like working through here's the list and kind of getting through it. I would say banker, and then I would say agent. I'd say, probably or agent then banker, but kind of in that order. And those are the people that I talk to on a weekly basis. You bring up a great point of, kind of keeping them off base a little bit and not like secure. And this is exactly what's going to happen next time. I saw that bite me for the first time this week. I saw that bite me, which was an agent felt like they were due a bonus. And I was like, I don't pay you for your work twice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's wife, first handyman or property manager, property maintenance guy, broker, then banker.
I would agree that in any scenario, your spouse is the most important partner, especially if they're not on board with the investing.
Yeah.
That can be derailing entirely. Out of those, which one, so your handyman contractor, your lender, and your agent, which one do you think made it possible for you to grow your portfolio to the size that it is, out of those three?
Yes. It really was the team. It really was the team. And that's the best part about the team is without the broker finding up and creating opportunity for us, without the banker coming behind it and allowing us to, get a deal done, without my wife managing the day-to-day on the financial side, not understand, not having all the capital needed to do the deal. And with having a bunch of pissed off tenants that would be moving out because Kenny isn't doing his job, they all really are critically important. It's really truly an organization where every joint supplies, and there's a foot and there's hands and there's a head and there's knees, and they're all important. They're all important. So I can't, not one is more important than the next, as socialist as that sounds.
Okay, I like it. There will be a follow-up question after Zuber. The top four most important people that made your investing possible.
So I'm going to change it up, and it's going to seem very different than what Matt had to say. So for me, I'm going to break my 4 years of investing into sections. So without question, Olivia is the most important thing, but I want everybody to hear this. The first tenant we had, I was ready to give up. It was Olivia and Olivia only that made One Rental at a Time possible. That one decision while walking into that messed up unit, I'd still be working if Olivia didn't have the foresight to say, let's give it one more go. Frankly, Olivia is the reason we didn't just keep looking in the Bay Area. Because again, I wasted a year or 52 Sundays looking for cash flow in the Bay Area because everybody said invest in your backyard. So Olivia is everything to the entire journey, but she is it for the first 2 or 3 years. From there, as we're starting stacking units, in the beginning for us, it was 6 to 8 houses. A gentleman named Brad, who now runs and owns the property management company that I'm a part of. He was just a handyman in the beginning. We grew together. He was the backbone for me. It is without him, what ultimately became his friendship, his mentorship, his help. He would bend over backwards and frankly still does when I need help. Brad is my eyes and ears and most trusted person in all of Fresno, California. I have lots of friends, lots of deep relationships, but without Brad's, and again, we grew together, right? And he is such a wonderful human being today. I'm glad to call him my friend. Then for us, the Great Recession happened, and we saw prices fall 70% in my market. And if it wasn't for a hard money lender that we were introduced to, again, because Olivia found them, we would have not been able to buy 1/10 of what we bought.
Mm.
Our hard money lender would charge us an arm and a leg, 3 points. He would lend 70% for the first couple and ultimately 75% of either purchase or appraisal. And given what we were buying, it was always purchase. But he allowed us to do 10x what we could have done, because what we did is we took hard money. We did the burst strategy. I wrote about this on BiggerPockets 12, 15 years ago. We bought junk with hard money. We then fixed it up. We stuck a tenant, and then we put private money in and cashed out the hard money lender. We were doing, a dozen units a year that way. So the hard money lender allowed us to go all gas, no brake during that time. And for the last 6 years, 5 years, it's been my purpose on growing and improving my network. We went from, if you read one rental at a time, zero deals from our network. It was all MLS. We got one from an auction site. And then I guess one from, somebody who knew us. So maybe one from our network. But more than 50% of our deals is because we stopped being, I don't know what it was, but I kept it a secret, right? I wasn't telling people what we were looking for. I wasn't being out there. By being out there, initially, there was a site called wealthbuildingpro.com. It was a blog, which doesn't exist anymore. Then speaker at meetups, and now this YouTube channel. Deal flow, access to capital, help when I need it. So as I've gone through our journey, the most important person has had different incarnations. But of course, it always starts and stops with Olivia. They have to be on board. She carried her water. She did the operations. She did the books. She allowed me to focus on capital and finding deals. She was up when I was down. I was down, or I was up when she was down. It was such a team effort. So there you go. A little different than Matt.
I really hope Millennial Mike doesn't watch this video. The point you guys are making, and I'm going to make it a little more concisely, is if you want 18 rental units and to call that enough, you're singing. If you want 137 or over 180 rental units and you want to call that success, apparently I need to have a spouse.
But not today.
Luckily, today is every day. But you guys make a great point. If you know what your strategy is, your lenders have helped you grow to a scale beyond the 10 conventional loans in your name. Your contractors have let you do things like burrs and flips and value adds. Your spouse being on board was key to your growth. If you want to see the video where I cover why my success was dependent on me not having a team, why if I had a team, it would have taken me longer to reach financial freedom. I would have had less cash flow, and it would have required more units. You can find that video right here. Until my next video, thanks for coming to my Dion Talk.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.